It is our birthday. Sports Rewind Digital made it to 1 year. Unbelievable. Thanks for
How?
those three or four people that listen in every week. You're the absolute gems. Nah, all seriousness, fellas, it's been a big year of Sports Rewind Digital. Thank you for jumping on with me each week, and we do talk some rubbish, but we've had some pretty cool guests on as well, which makes it all fun. We've got a couple of guests lined up for tonight, and we've got some there waiting in the wings. Uh, I don't know what you fellas left out the back there, but they look pretty happy. So uh, I know Randall's got a few dirty waters up there, and Davo's on some tropical juice down the bottom. So
Got me rum going, mate.
absolutely beautiful. But fellas, yep, 1 year. Do appreciate your time and effort in sending through tidbits and all that sort of thing, and making this a fun experience. So let's celebrate by having a few guests on and talking a bit of baseball and a bit of banner, and continue to grow it throughout the next year. So
The usual then. It's
yeah,
been a lot of fun. We just, as you say, we dribble and talk shit anyway. So why not do it here and have a drink while we're doing it?
absolutely. I'm just on my coffee again tonight, fellas. So
Oh,
Yeah,
sounds
right.
about right.
Is it
yeah,
Doug Smith coffee? Is it?
possibly. I'll be warm
I'm
on the
sure,
inside.
sure there's something else in there.
Mate, I don't know who this is again because it's coming up that Facebook user. We still do not know how we made a year, but thanks for tuning in, Facebook user. And Doof, mate,
Van Dyke.
thank you very much, Doof. We'll talk about you later, mate. Doing bad things to those baseballs, I can tell you. I've got a video here somewhere to float around.
And
And
upsetting Brian, as if you'd do that. My good mate Brian.
absolutely. James, hi, mate. Welcome. All right, fellas, let's get Funky Phil on. He's waiting there in the wings. He's all excited about the upcoming ABL season. It's going to be an absolute blast. Now, we've had Funky Phil on numerous times. I think he might be our most capped guest on the Sports Rewind Digital show. Let's get him on. He's probably got his hat on sideways. And
He's
anyway,
glutton for punishment, isn't he?
He
yeah,
is.
he is.
Fan favorite.
Here he is. Let's get him on.
Hey,
Funky Phil. How are you, mate?
I'm pretty good, mate. I'm getting over the flu, but yeah, it's good. The baseball's back, and we've got some owners of the Blue Sox that are excited about it, like I am. So I am excited about the ABL, mate. I'm going good.
Yeah, mate. It's great to have you on again, but we're really pumped to see you back for Blue Sox, and you know what you do with the kids out there, and put on a bit of a show. And we had a bit of a talk earlier today, and some of the things you got planned for not just the kids, mate, but for that whole Sydney crowd. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I think Darren and Stuart are getting a bit jack of all the ideas I keep sending in, mate. So no, we might have to do that next year. We might have to do that one next year as well. And so they've got so much on their plate, but it's exciting because they want crowds back. They want bums on seats. They know that this is a building process. You know, after the last couple of years have been a bit of a disaster with the Blue Sox, and bringing that name back up where it's a good name again in the baseball community. You know, where it's we're back and playing good baseball and also having fun in the crowd. So it should be fun.
Mate, I'm a big fan of I guess what you're doing for not just baseball in general, mate, but when you went away with the Aussie Drop Bears, did you bring some, good things back from those Savannah Bananas?
Mate, look, 100%. Like I was definitely watching to see what I could help without copying. I don't want to try to be the Bananas back here because it's a different setup completely. But they've definitely mastered what they're doing over there. They're unbelievable. Back home here, I would always wait for a break in the action before I'd done something at the Blue Sox Stadium, mate. That first game, I was trying to find a break in the action, and from the time the crowd walked in till everyone leaves the ballpark and gets in their car, there's something happening. So I didn't get that chance. So you just have to do it with them as well. So, mate, yeah, they're a unique organisation and just the best people, everyone from the cleaners to the merchandise people to the owner. They were all fantastic. They all loved us having us there. They loved the Aussies over there. And so, it was a lot of fun, mate. It was apart from the birth of my kids, better than my wedding, better than buying a house. And I had a whole week of it. It was the best. I'm still buzzing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mate, I've got a couple of comments here for you from the crowd, mate.
Yeah.
Shorty.
Shorty.
Funky is a grub.
Shorty.
Mate, I can't agree. Can't agree there, mate. Nah. And this one, mate, we talked about it earlier. The ticket prices and the product provided, if they build it right, we will come. I'm 100% agreeing with that. A big thing we've seen today was I think it was the Flex 5 ticket prices.
Yep.
And it was awesome. It's really affordable for people to go out and watch some baseball. And that's what we needed.
Right. That was the first I saw those prices. And when I read it, I'm thinking $5 for kids, that's good. And then, $40 for an adult, $45 for an adult. I'm thinking, that's a bit steep for a single ticket, And then I reread it and it was like for 5 tickets, mate. They're, like I said, that I can't give these new owners and people enough credit because they really do want baseball to succeed. Like they're baseballers, they love their sport and they're passionate about it. And so they just want to build a good relationship with the fans. And that's what the Bananas did. And is that they don't have crowds, they have fans and they have friends, and that's what they're building. They're building fans and they're building friends, and so that's what they're on the right track. I think that's just unbelievable. People couldn't believe it. $1 a kid, $1 a ticket for a kid to come to the ballpark. Yeah.
It's needed.
It's unreal. It's unreal. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
and it's be so exciting for the players as well, like playing in front of a packed house. That's what the players want, and that's what the owners want. So it's great initiative and perfect step in the right direction.
100%. Like you do. Like I said, when I was, and the biggest crowd that I've been in front of and been where they've been watching me was at the Bananas, radio, and it was so easy to do stuff when there was 5,000 people there chanting and saying, calling out your name. It was easy to do. It's hard to entertain 10 people. It's easy to entertain 1,000. It's even easier to entertain 10,000. Yeah. So get crowds in there, and the players will play better because they've got atmosphere. So I love my footy, but I don't watch. I'm there for the atmosphere. I love it. I love the atmosphere. Yeah. That's why I go to my para games, because it's the atmosphere of all the people that I know. That's what I'm there for. I don't know the game of football. I've played a game of football in my life.
Not the winning since it's Parramatta.
No. Hey, only as good as your last game, mate. You're only as good as your last game. And we got no game this week.
Very cool.
Next year.
Or next week.
Bring out the VCR.
All the next week.
A couple of fellas here tuning in. Sue, thank you. The big one. Heidi Randall. Mate, thank you for tuning in, Heidi and James. I think
Can you bring
Heidi, I think he's due for another dirty water though. So, but yeah. Another comment from Shorty, mate. Do you remember the last premiership the Eels won, Funky?
Yes, I do. 86. Yeah, I was a kid. I remember running outside. I was 13, and I remember running outside and screaming up and down the street. Parramatta won the grand final. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
We won. I was running up and down. I've done that for the 83 as well.
I'm assuming that's Dicky, but mate, we're only worried about the top grade, mate.
So we're on a lower grade. Did bow out. Couple of missed time athletes, I reckon. Davo, what do you reckon?
We're not athletes. We're baseballers.
Oh, fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
That's all right. We're still there in the top grade. It's all that matters.
Funky, mate, what's coming up for you?
Okay, so what's coming up for me? So we've got the ABL season, which I'm looking forward to. So I've got a couple of good ideas from there, and I've got to run it past all the guys just to make sure they've basically given me a lot of free reign, which is really nice. But you follow protocol and you just let them know what's going on. So I don't want to release all my secrets just yet. But at the ABL, I'm going to try and do a couple of better things than just run around throwing balloons at people, which I'll still do. But there'll be a little bit more involved in that. After the ABL season, I am got another trip back to the US, and I'm sure that you hear from Maddie and Taylor that we're going back over to the Bananas, and I don't want to spoil what they're going to tell you, but I'm looking forward to that. My young mate Travis, dude, he's absolutely killing it. It was his 21st birthday Monday, so he's over there and his family's not with him. So Gary Bazana done a little video of all his mates sending a little video message to him. But he's killing it. I'm going over to, if they make it to Omaha, which is the College World Series, I am planning on going to that. And I am planning on going to his draft as well when he gets drafted. So, nice. Which is a lot of fun, mate. I'm really looking forward to doing that. And personally, I might be taking my family to Europe if I got enough equity in the house.
Love it. Hey, comment from the Peanut Gallery, mate. It's scary they're giving Funkie Phil free reign for anything.
Yeah.
I love the free reign. Go for it, mate.
I love the free reign. I mean, so do we know who that was? Because, I mean, like I said, if people want to reach out, I'll look after them. And,
it's got to be Van Dyke.
Constant banter and water bombs all night, but they will get looked after if they ever come to the game. So if they want to let me know who they are, I can sort them out a little bit.
Yeah, it was Jughead.
Van Dyke. Fair enough, mate. All right. We got heaps to get through tonight, Funky. We really appreciate your time tonight, mate. I've got Cav there waiting in the wings. I think he's in Florida at the moment, isn't he?
Mate, yeah, he's got, mate, that Osball that he's doing, mate. Dude, I've got so much time for him. He's really giving a lot of kids an opportunity to go over. I mean, if I was 12 years old, now instead of back in 85, mate, I would have got to play in America. You guys would have got to play in America. Yeah. You know, how good would that have been, you know? And so all these extra kids that are getting that opportunity to go represent Australia, mate, dude, you just got to take your hats off to him, and he's doing a really great job with that. And I'm glad that I call him a mate, and I'm glad that he lets me help out. So yeah, go talk. Hear all these good stories he's got going on, mate.
All right, mate. Appreciate your time. We'll see you at the Blue Sox. Make sure you go and get some tickets if you're local or even, looking to travel down there. So thanks, mate.
Opening round versus Canberra Cavs.
Good work.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, boys.
See ya.
See you, Phil.
All right, fellas. Good having Funky on. We're going to bring Cav on. I think he's fresh out of bed this morning. I think it's 7:30 a.m. over there where he is. I'll put him on.
Hopefully he's clothed.
Cav!
Only just. I think the old man down. I've got the old man flu as well.
Oh,
it's got me. But we did as usual. Like last year, we brought a hurricane to Florida. They love us coming in.
Yeah.
Every time we come, we bring a hurricane with us. So, but
what are you over there for at the moment, mate? What's happening over there?
I get confused myself. Kevy went to the softball ones and a couple of other ones. So I've got the perfect game. We got 14s, 2 16s, and an 18s playing in the perfect game tournaments here, back-to-back weekends. Then we got games during the week. By the way, Talon's brushed us, boys. He's gone to the breakfast bar.
Yeah, no, nice of him.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, he's got his priorities straight.
And good to eat.
But he's a growing boy, mate. He goes, I'll do it next time, Dad. Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah, whatever. But a lot of the boys are starting to travel in now, and we still got a few from the trip a few weeks ago. They're still here, traveling around the US, watching MLB games and whatever else. But I think it's a total of 160 kids this year. A couple will be over here, so
crazy, mate.
Some crazy number like that. But I actually got to watch Liam Doolan last night.
Yep.
Playing for the Quakes. He didn't actually pitch last night, but I've known Liam for a while, but mate, if he's not the nicest, biggest human on the planet, I don't know who he is. Fair dinkum. He's just a lovely lovely kid, you know. Saw the wife, and he goes up and says g'day, and he's just a top bloke. And then today we're meeting Andy Graham. He's got some stuff for us, and then obviously Clayton Campbell will be there. But mate, because I'm not hip, apparently there's a guy in the team called Max Clark who was a top draft pick, and talent's all over it. He wants to meet him, wants to get a photo with him, and apparently this guy's legit. Comes in with a $35,000 gold chain, and
absolutely.
Apparently this guy goes legit. So yeah, we landed in Orlando late yesterday, Arvo, and then we're going to start driving down to Fort Myers today.
Yeah. And
but
so that's the perfect game tournament, isn't it?
Yeah, got a good relationship, and there's a few guys behind the scenes that help make that happen too. So we appreciate that. I don't want to mention their names, get in trouble or anything, or embarrass them, stuff like that. So they do a great job, for the sport. So you can't wait to see these guys match it up against the best. And there's a few kids from last year that have come back, so they're dying to see how they've improved in the 12 months. But we've got a whole new crop of kids. As you know, kids develop at different rates, and these are our top teams. So we'll see how they go.
Awesome, mate. Where can we follow along for that? I know it was on Game Changer and stuff last year. Is there anywhere where we can? Yeah,
they have Diamond Cast over here, so I don't think we can get that in Australia. So we'll work something out the next day or two. And with John Muldooney's our IT guy. He makes magic happen, that bloke. So he's the hardest worker in this joint. So he'll work something out. We'll get it on there. But the kids they're pumped. They're pumped. So looking forward to it, mate.
Love it. All right, mate. Well, good luck. Thanks for joining us tonight. We won't keep you too long. We don't want to, catch that man flu over the.
Yeah. It's not the Chinese flu as well. So don't worry about that. It's not the Chinese flu.
We'll let you get a breakfast bar as well.
As Donald says down here. Yeah. I'm sure we'll run into him again. We're close mates.
Hopefully, you're getting a little bit of food brought back from the breakfast bar, mate.
Oh, mate, there's no love for the dad. There's no love. No, nothing. He'll just come and tell you all about it.
How many games they got, Gav?
Sorry, mate?
How many games they playing?
They'll play 10 or 11, depending on the hurricane too. But a lot of them are on AstroTurf too. So they're playing at JetBlue Park, the spring training facility for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
So they're playing there. And then the 14s are going to Auburndale. The 16s and 18s go to Auburndale, and the 14s go up to Sanford to Boom Bar. But Tuesday night, Andy Graham's hosting all our players on the field and all that stuff. So I think we've got 60-odd players. So it worked out well that they got a home game. So we'll be out there watching that and, going from there. So, looking forward to catching up with Grazer again. We talk regularly, so he's another good bloke for Australian baseball. So, but I know one of the boys, Rory Cayley, went to the White Sox game. He got gave Hendricks a drop bear shirt, and he got a ball back in return, and it's just good, mate. The Australian guys really look after, really appreciate the kids. We had shirts made for to go to Tampa Bay. But unfortunately, someone got dropped back to AAA. But we had Curtis Mead. Every player had an initial on a shirt ready to go. So now we're just going to start the chant. We want Curtis Mead back.
Yeah. Love it.
Why not?
So they're all excited for that. But we'll still go to Tampa's game and go to Tony Harris hooked us up with a contact for the Pirates facility down here as well in Fort Myers.
Awesome.
So we'll go check that out. Just inspire the boys, mate. Know what if you put your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of the penny drops differently for every kid, mate. You might be at state teams at 16s and 18s, but you don't develop to 19, 20.
Yeah.
Or you didn't, or you're in those state teams and you didn't work hard enough. You just thought you're already there and you fall off the planet. Someone will take your spot. So, there's a lot of good kids playing around the country, mate.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can only take so many too. Baseball Australia can only take so many. It's not to say you can take hundreds and hundreds. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So they do a great job as well. So if we need to take the next batch, then so be it. That's fine.
Yep.
At least they've got if they make it up the top, at least they've got exposure to it. They've had been on our ones and stuff like that. So no, it's good.
Love it, mate. All right. Tell you about
No
the good
worries,
work, Cav. We'll, I did notice Summer Sizzler is back
Yep.
as well. Seen that one posted for the kids in Aussie.
Yep.
And some of the teams are already full, mate. So,
Mate, it went. I didn't think it'd go that quick. It went real quick.
Yeah.
So we've got South Australian teams. We've got Melbourne teams as well. There's players flying over from New Zealand, Queensland. So no, it's good. But happy birthday too, guys.
yeah, thanks, mate. We're having a few cakes. The
Yep.
boys are having a few cakes anyway. So,
Yeah.
Just on the cans.
It'll be 9 o'clock soon, mate. I'll be on it. Don't worry.
absolutely.
It's 9 o'clock
mate.
somewhere.
Exactly. No, well, happy birthday, guys, and yeah, thanks for promoting the sport. We love it, as you guys do. So, yeah, congratulations. It's been great.
Thanks, mate.
Cav. And good luck
Same
over
to you,
there,
mate.
No worries.
Look
We'll
forward
touch
to
base. We'll touch base.
catching up with all the games, mate.
No worries, guys. Chat soon.
See you, Cav.
Bye.
Mate. Fellas, we got someone else waiting there backstage already. We've had Funkie Phil, we've had Cav, so we've had a little bit of representation from, I guess, the Sydney Blue Sox and Osborne tournaments. This bloke here, we're going to bring on now, played against him, played with him, good mates with him, Davo, and he represented Australia, and he's an Olympic silver medalist. Let's get him on.
Never heard of
Ando,
her.
Hey guys, thanks for having me back.
how are you, mate?
Doing well.
Hey, what's been going on? Last time we chatted, there was a bit of golf going on. Still the same, mate?
Yeah, still playing golf. Got involved in a bit of baseball coaching. Helped the Central Coast Academy out over about a 10-week period, and a little bit of soccer coaching as well. Got roped into the girls' soccer team, so coached my daughter and actually Davo's daughter's soccer team. So, been a busy winter.
Yeah, nice. What about the baseball academy, mate? Tell us a little bit about that. Is that kids or young adults, I guess, getting in that next level, or?
Yeah, I think they range from about 12 years old to about 18 years old. I actually saw it advertised on New South Wales Baseball website and was umming and ahhing about whether to throw my hat in the ring, and then got a call from Sean. And as soon as he sort of asked, I thought, yeah, definitely I'd like to get involved with something like that. So that was my first little bit of coaching, basically since I hung up the boots sort of 3 or 4 years ago. So it was good.
Love it.
How much fun is it, mate, coaching kids?
How much fun?
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. To see the development of the kids over the 10-week period, it was really good. There was a good bunch of kids there. Like I said, a wide range of ages, probably from 12 to 18, and all sorts of abilities too. But all the kids definitely developed over the time span, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
We're
Don't
just
ask him
fresh.
about. Sorry, mate.
I was just saying, we're just fresh off a season with Toronto coaching their little league team for the first year, under 12s. We have finals on this weekend, and some reason I stuck my hand up for the Newcastle side as well. And sometimes it's hard work with those kids.
Yeah. It's I guess the hard work goes with the sort of rewards as well. So the good goes with the bad, like anything. So yeah, definitely very interesting.
Especially that age, mate. There's some challenges.
Yeah,
your patience. Patience is getting tested a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure Davo could say about the soccer team as well. Like
when you've got 13, 14, or it's 13 or 14 10-year-old girls for soccer training, I think that was just as big a challenge, if not bigger, because there was some nights there at training you could just see it's like a fuse was about to break. But mate, he handled it well. Did a good job coaching for first year. So kept all the parents informed and did an awesome job. All the girls were happy. They got developed throughout the year. They got better. So it was a job well done.
That's amazing,
I think there would have been a time with that soccer team where I had all 13 girls' attentions at the one time. I think if I had 9 or 10 at one time, that would have that would have been a good result. There was always
Yeah.
a couple of them sort of off with the fairies or whatever. But no, definitely both the baseball and soccer coaching was a learning experience and a very rewarding one on both sides. So yeah.
And we had probably at some stage we had 3 or 4 third graders and fourth graders turn up to a game, and I don't think BJ had their attention for at least any of that time. So no, well done, mate. You've just got we've got Robert Brown in the comments. The baseball academy was awesome for the boys. Thank you, Craig. It really is stepping stones for baseball when you have players like yourself coming back to give to the sport, mate. I know when we grew up, we sort of had those coaches that played first grade and high level New South Wales coaches and things like that come through and, really gave their time. It's really hard now, I guess, for people to give their time. So things like the academy and things like that, it is a massive thing. And, the baseball community does thank you for that, mate. It really is.
Yeah, no worries. I sort of, you're at that stage in life where you got young children and that sort of thing. But my girls are getting a little bit older now, so sort of have a little bit more time to be able to give towards baseball. I obviously owe it to the game because I had all the coaches sort of help me out and stuff as well. So hopefully there will maybe be a bit more time I can give now. And baseball, as we all know, is in that sort of struggling a little bit for coaches and players and that sort of thing. So whatever I can do, hopefully I can help out a little bit more in the future now.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we had Funkie Phil on earlier, mate, and as you know, the Sydney Blue Sox have gone through a bit of a change of guards with ownership. Did anyone reach out already, for a lefty to come back yet, or what?
No, I think that's been a couple of years now. I know when Dobbsy was still around, even if I was a year or two retired, Dobbsy was always reaching out. But no, I think they know that it's sort of all said and done now.
You're done, mate.
Yeah, I actually did a little bit of throwing at the academy for some of the boys, just throwing to the catchers so they could do some throwing and that sort of thing. And yeah, it reminded me how much it hurts and that when you don't keep your arm in shape. And yeah, reminded me of that feeling what you get when you're trying to throw the ball with your arm not in shape. So yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, so you've obviously had a bullpen. So Toronto Tigers Masters is in 4 weeks, mate. You might get a phone call. I'm sure Normo's looking for a couple.
Oh, it definitely wasn't a bullpen. I reckon it was maybe 30, 40 feet maximum. I reckon I'd be lucky to make the 60 feet, 6 inches. So
nothing wrong with that. Only got to make 60 feet. Just let them chase that last bit.
Yeah.
Bobby Montgomery can make it. You'll be right.
Yeah. I mean, that's what was happening at the end of my career anyway, I feel. So, no.
Mate, a club you grew up with celebrating, I think it's the 70th year, is it this year? 70th year is your old boy going around again for another year in the sun?
He will be. He's had his last year for the last 4 years, I think. So, I think
longer
than
than that, isn't it?
What's that? Sorry.
Longer than that, I think, isn't it? I'm sure it's been like the last decade. He's been saying, "Oh, this is it, final year."
It definitely could be that long. He's somehow just still going. Each time I ask him on the weekend, how'd you go? He's like, yeah, through 4 innings, through 5 innings. So still obviously going strong.
Love it.
That's mate, awesome, him and Bobby Montgomery, it's like it'll be a battle between those two. But it'll be good to see Pirates. I know Toronto's got the big anniversary, but Pirates have got 70 years this year. So I know they're looking at planning a few things as well, so should be a good year for the club.
Yeah, they're a good club, obviously, and they're going strong recently. Sort of had that little downfall a few years ago, but they've come back nice and strong. So it's a credit to everybody who's got them back up and running and where they are today.
It is for sure, mate. All right, Endo, thanks for joining us, mate. It's been awesome catching up, and we appreciate it. If you want to check out Endo's original podcast with us, I'll put it in the show comments so you can go back and check it out because it is a bit more in depth on Craig's, I guess, career in baseball and, his upbringing with the sport. So thanks for joining us, mate. And we'll talk to you soon, no doubt.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks,
guys, and congrats on the anniversary.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Endo.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See you
mate.
later.
Bye. All right, fellas, we've got one more guest, but before he comes on, I think he's out the back, sculling VB, so I don't want to interrupt him just yet. We might do our tidbits next, just to keep him in there, sculling those cans. So we'll get him on very shortly. All right, our tidbits this week. Oh, first of all, our birthday. Congratulations. YouTube reminded me that it's our birthday. I wouldn't have remembered otherwise. So there you go. This week, fellas, we had a shout out about our podcast on Instagram and Facebook. These guys clearly have not listened to us, but we appreciate the shout out there. The tidbits, who's up first? Randall, I think.
Yeah, mate. We talked about at the start of the year, with the bigger bases and stuff, would it make an impact or would it not, and all this sort of stuff. And, 2 disengagements. We have a look at old Ronald Acuna Jr., the man of steel. Ronald Acuna Jr., first player to 60 stolen bases since 2017. That's a fair stretch.
Pretty impressive.
It is. And there's a couple of blokes not far behind him. I think bloke from Athletics. I think he's got 50 already as well. Yuri Ruiz,
51.
something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, is it something to do with bigger bases? Is it less disengagements? Is it all of the above?
Everything, I think. Yeah,
I reckon bit of everything
Pitch
there
clock.
for sure. Yeah, comes into play massively.
Yeah, that's massive. 60, first time since 2017.
Yeah,
No, still not as good as Ricky Henderson, but
definitely not. But it's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
pretty impressive indeed. What about what do you got next for us, mate?
Nope.
That's not you.
You'd think
How about
after a
this
year
one?
you'd have this crap sorted, mate.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's it, Jamesy. Go, Ronald. Good on you, mate. Let Mum know I need another drink too, champ. Yeah, this one, Justin Verlander, back to Comerica Park today. This was a couple of days ago. He recorded his 100th career win at Comerica Park. He's just the 6th player in the last 50 years to record 100 wins in a single ballpark.
impressive.
Imagine how many he could have had at that ballpark.
Yeah,
It's a fair effort.
yeah,
That's right. And you think some of the bad Tigers teams he played on.
Yep.
yeah.
Next
pretty
year when they
impressive
move,
stuff.
lucky the fence was still back. Went back in those days for him.
But
Next
it was
year
a
it'll be different.
nice moment when Miggy came up to bat, though. Sort of like
Yeah.
respect there between the 2 old blokes. Just the tip of the cap
Tip of
from
the
both
cap.
of them.
I had that for later, but I'm not skipping to it now because if I skip to it now, Dave, I won't know where I am up to in that slideshow. Man. I don't want any more rubbish
It's the
from
coffee,
Randall.
mate. Coffee's doing it to you.
Absolutely is.
I think it's the fireball that's in the coffee.
Yeah, so my first one, good old Steve Strasburg. We all know he's having to retire due to injury, but thanks to a clause, he will continue to be paid $35 million annually through 2026, with about 11.4 deferred each year. He will then receive $26.6 million in 2027, 28, and 29 in his own owed deferred payments. His contract was not insured, leaving the Nats on the hook for the entire contract. So
Bobby B.
That's almost Bobby B territory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Impressive.
That's unbelievable. The Nats just didn't do that. So, hey, you don't want to retire injured, but if you have to retire, you've been well looked after.
Go for it.
100%. That's a big oopsie on the Nats' behalf, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So second one, good old Babe Ruth. So we know Clayton Kershaw has more shutouts than Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander combined, and Babe Ruth has more career shutouts than Clayton Kershaw. So it just goes back to how good a pitcher Babe was, considering he didn't pitch that many years, and to have more shutouts than all of them.
Yeah, massive.
And never needed Tommy John either.
No,
He probably did
drinking
need it,
schooners.
but just soldiered on, I reckon.
Drinking schooners is all he needed.
Absolutely.
Drinking and smoking big cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works. Whatever works. Well, this one. There have been 13 players that hit 30 home runs in a season with negative WAR. At minus 0.3 WAR, Kyle Schwarber has a chance to become the first player ever with 40 home runs and a negative WAR.
Wow.
I've actually got another Schwarber stat later on tonight. So, yeah.
And how many home runs has he hit now? 36.
37, I think. Might be 6 though. Don't quote me.
Yeah,
Anyway.
didn't he have like 39 singles and 36 home runs?
Yeah,
Something like
he
that.
definitely hit one today or yesterday, so it's at least 37. Then number 16 and number 18 forever enshrining Mets history. Next season, they're going to retire Doc Gooden and Darryl Strawberry's numbers.
Nice.
Yeah, indeed. If you look at the Yankees, I guess, how many numbers they've got knocked off on the wall, hanging up there. I think this is a cool thing. Too great, so...
Yeah, instrumental through the 80s for the Mets. Yeah. I know they both.
How many parole numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, mate.
Darryl's turned his life around. Poor old Doc is still not good, but Darryl's found his feet and found the Lord and doing good. But yeah, watching those two in their heyday was just awesome.
Yeah.
I think 85, 86, you had Gooden in the NL, Clements in the AL, and it's just a great time to watch baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've watched that documentary on those guys, it's just some of the things they said that they were doing, the whole team were doing. Like I don't know how they were so good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, imagine if they had all the sports science and stuff that we have today.
Yeah, and if they had the steroids that Barry Bonds had.
Oh yeah, that too.
They were too busy doing women in the dugout and drugs and everything. And it was a good documentary series, that, and that 6-part series. But also there was a good 30 for 30 on Doc and Darryl, which was really good.
Yep. It was good. Mate,
80s Mets. Wow.
I did love them.
They were good 90.
They were indeed, mate.
Good old 90. Good to see you on board, mate. He's 90's going to become the new Bobby Montgomery with the PA system. He's going to be doing some Pirates games this year and a few others. So
that's
awesome job, 90. Looking forward to sort of hearing your work.
I hear there's going to be a little bit of crowd participation too there. So should be good fun, mate.
Yeah.
Should be
good fun. Like banana ball. You catch a foul ball barehanded, go to the bar and get yourself a Hawkesbury beer for free. So, yeah.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious. That rounds our tidbits for our birthday episode, fellas. We're going to move straight on. Our guest is, I think he might have had too many Canadian clubs there in the back room. He's gone offline a little bit here. So we may get him back on. We may not. But anyway, we're going to soldier on. What about the ABL schedule was out today? We just talked about it. Canberra and Blue Sox face off for that first game, which should be an absolute cracker. So we're down to the 6-team schedule. What's your thoughts, fellas? Like that more than the 2 divisions, or happy either way?
More teams, mate. More teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of divisions, but just more teams.
Yeah. I'm happy for more teams, and don't worry about divisions. What's the difference?
I actually like the 6 teams. I rate it. Obviously, you're not going to get as many younger kids through. But, I think it's going to be a stronger competition. Geelong Korea were good last year and the year before. I really enjoyed watching them play. But, those couple of teams that dropped out, I think this is going to make it a lot stronger. So, yeah, each their own. More teams.
How much of the market do you lose though with that Asian team disappearing?
Yeah, I think you will. They had a lot of overseas backing as well, but also the TV sort of deals that they had in Korea and things like that. So the ABL did announce that the Korean Baseball League is still like a partner. So we are going to see some Koreans over here, which is fantastic because those couple that we did see last year and the other teams were great to watch.
I guess the other thing too is there are more teams that drop out. That's the less international stars you get to see.
Yep. Yeah, true.
With them only having a certain number allowed in each roster, we've seen. You go back and look at some of the superstars. We talked about Ronald Acuna Jr. earlier. These sort of guys made it out here early on in their career. Come out, got their at bats in and whatnot.
Yep.
Dede Gregorius, another person. There's a whole massive list of MLB players and superstars that have been in the ABL, cutting down teams and only having the ability to have 3 or 4 imports.
Yeah.
That cuts down the number of them that can come here. So more teams is better, I think. For us to get that exposure overseas, and getting people wanting to come here. That's the other thing too.
Fair points.
At least we've still got 6, so hopefully it will be a strong comp this year and lead to hopefully just the hiatus of 1 year of missing those teams, so it can build and next year look at 1 or 2 more teams. So let's just hope that the development's there, competition is there, that it warrants back to the extra teams.
Yeah, for sure. Bring in the Hunter Eagles and the Cairns Taipans or something like that. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. Back out of marathon, you reckon?
Oh, I don't think so, mate. We might have it at Waterboard, I think. Get some lights up there. But,
back at Parramatta Stadium.
Yeah.
The graveyard, mate. Waterboard the graveyard.
Yeah.
Watch people try and hit them out there.
Yeah.
I don't think might be too many going deep to centre field at 4:44, but anyway.
While we're talking about home runs at Waterboard, how about old mate in 4th grade that knocked one out foul?
Yeah, Bruno.
By 1.5 meters there, Doof. I don't know if you're still
mate.
Oh, sorry, it was fair. That's right, it was fair.
It was called fair.
The umpire. So that's
mate.
That's all
Bramble, well called, mate. You're on the list with Nick now. Well done. That fair foul home run. We've had one down each line now, so perfect.
What about old Pete Alonso, the polar bear, looks to be going elsewhere. The Mets are just getting rid of their payroll for next year, and they're going to rebuild by the looks of things. They've got rid of half their payroll already. Thoughts on Pete going elsewhere?
That is a fire sale.
Yeah.
You'll be a handy pickup for someone.
Yeah.
Like, I know the batting average is down a bit, but the power's still there, so he's still a good contributor. So he'll help someone out.
Yeah, I'd love to see a right-hander like Pete Alonso hit a few into the Cove there at San Francisco. It would be good to see, but who knows where he'll end up. It's
over the Green Monster.
Yeah, so mate, Doof's here, not foul, fair, but foul. Fair enough, mate.
Mate, the scorebook says home run. Umpires said fair.
We also did hear, mate, that you're going to have a little rest this week. I hope that's sorted. I'm going to play a video shortly of that and talk about it briefly. I don't want to incriminate you before you get a judiciary, although they've upheld your decision to have a judiciary. But anyway, we'll move on from there. What's next? Oh, Big Tony gone. Another
Gonski.
Tommy John. So hopefully that help the other teams out in that division. I don't think so. For some
I think
reason.
you need more than that, mate.
Yeah.
No, I think the Dodgers are still firing pretty well. In watching
Yeah.
the game the other day, Lynn gave up 2 bombs, was down 3-0 after 2 digs or something. Still went into the 7th and the Dodgers won, so they'll find a way to win.
Yeah, they will. They will. They always do. However, the team that's been winning a lot of this year isn't winning so many at the moment. The Texas Rangers, blown save,
Slippery
25.
slide.
Massive numbers.
Someone get Texas shoelaces.
Yeah, look at this. Chapman. Non-save situations a 0.98 ERA, and in a save situation, 4.35 in that Texas uni. Mate, Tex, if you're here, mate, it's okay. We've got shoulders to cry on. It's all right because, there's plenty of seasons still to come. They still might not make that wild card spot. So you never do know. You never do know. They may end up third. So
They might.
It's a long way to go in the season. It's been, I guess, a little bit different seeing them sliding down those rankings and watching the rest of the rest of the standings go up, I guess, fellas.
Yeah.
Well, at least they've dropped the Yankees out of the top 10 power rankings. Like, how long were they in there for?
Yeah.
Which is
they
a
were in there
joke.
for a while.
About 2 months too long.
They're currently tied with Texas in second, 1 game behind Seattle. So it's been an absolutely crazy run for Seattle, and I really, I guess, like what they've done. And since the trade deadline, where they got rid of one of their best closers, and their bullpen's been on fire. So
it's going to be a tight race there.
So
when you got Texas and Houston both 1 game behind Seattle, what have we got? 30 odd days left.
Yeah,
in the season for 31 games or thereabouts. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good to watch.
The dog days of September.
Yeah, that's it. Dog
So
days of summer are coming.
The picture here, Seattle Mariners erase a 10-game deficit. July 19, 10 games back, and now they're on top. So, what did I say? What's going on? Is that muted?
Who knows?
My bad.
No, you're right, mate.
Gotcha.
I think you're on mute.
Yeah,
mate.
On mute. No, it's dropped out on my end, so I can't see anything. It's coming back now. Yeah. So the Seattle Mariners are, making their way to the top and really charging forward. It's great to see. This is the one that Davo was talking about earlier. It was really cool to see. A really cool thing. Both played with Detroit, and they'll both probably be in the Hall of Fame.
Should have plugged him after doing that.
Yeah, would have been cool to see. Would have been real cool to see, actually. All right, local baseball, fellas. Toronto Tigers, the Triton Cup winners. Randall, what does that mean for the first and second grade Toronto Tigers?
It means $500 on the bar, champion.
Yo, beauty.
Yeah, the Triton Cup, Triton signs a major sponsor for the NBA. There's a cup for first, second grade, third, fourth grade, fifth, sixth grade, and it's basically a week-to-week cup. So it's drawn out of a hat at the start of the year. A team gets that cup in each of the 2 grades, and each weekend it goes. You got to win both grades, or split them, and for and against comes into play, whatever. And every week, you either retain the cup or you pass it on to someone else.
Yep.
So we picked it up a week ago, and we had the bye to finish the season off. So thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
2 years in a row, $500 in the bar. presentation
can,
night. Beautiful.
Go all the way to the major premiers where we want them to be. So,
yeah, it all starts this weekend, mate. Semi-finals this weekend, so
yep,
should be some good games though.
Yeah, there will be. There will be for sure. Hey, went out and watched a bit of 3rd and 4th grade on the weekend, and one of our friends of the show, who's in the chat at the moment, didn't get thrown out of the game, got cited for allegedly, let's just say allegedly right now, putting foreign substance on the ball. This is 4th grade, mind you. And he's just picked up a rosin bag and continued to rub the ball. I'm just going to bring it up and see if I can play it here. So
this is why that home run. That's why the home run stayed fair. There was too much snot on the ball.
One second,
rosin bag there for a game? No, unheard of.
No, you got to bring your own, I think, mate.
Okay.
I think that's the rules. I'm just trying to get this up. It's only real quick. I was setting up the camera at the time, so I've only just caught the back end of it. But I don't know how to do this. Here we go.
I caught it all.
You ready?
Standing with a can in my hand.
So, Doof's just gone from the rosin bag to this.
I don't see anything.
And that's it. I'm going to play it again. I don't know what Brian said out there on the mound, but I'm just going to say this. Sean,
that ball hit you in the dugout, didn't it?
Not on the ball. And as he threw it off, he said, Brian, I haven't got an arm like yours. Put anything on it I can find. Someday you will too. That's about it, I think. That's in it. Mate, I heard you appealed what's going on. Good luck. There's nothing in it. You've gone from the rosin bag to roughing up the ball a little bit.
Which you're entitled to do.
Yeah, good luck. But I'm glad I had a little bit of that video for you, mate, and I've sent it off to you. If you want a good baseball lawyer, I know someone who represented Davo himself. Reach out and he might be able to, help you out. There you go. Just sweat and rosin. Mate.
No sunscreen?
Just sweat and rosin, mate.
Pretty hot.
Been doing it for years myself, Doof. So,
bit of dirt, bit of extra grip there.
All right. I think there's nothing in it, mate. And I think the only thing he might have got you for is throwing the ball at the cameraman. That's about it.
It got you too. That was good.
Yeah. No, it got me in the shit. It cut me open, 4 stitches. Don't put that in your plea. That's for sure.
It wasn't the next ball that Brian then threw to him and he just swatted it out of the road.
Yeah. Seriously, mate. Good luck. We were there was nothing in it.
If you give the ball to an umpire to sort of rough up or do something with, they just sort of don't know what they're doing or look at you weirdly and you try and do it and you're doctoring the ball. So, you're in a no-win situation anyway. But as usual, game's always got to be about someone.
Yeah.
There was also another person cited in that game too at the end. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hopefully his citing is downgraded as well. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, we won't go any more into it.
Best wishes there. Davo didn't need foreign substances. In his day, his natural spin rate was off the charts.
That's gravity, mate. Gravity. Who needs spin rate when you have gravity, 90?
I caught to Davo a couple of weeks back, mate. I had to actually tie a piece of string to my elbow to my catcher's plate just to stop reaching out. It was that far out in front. But
I did warn you.
Spin rate was good, though. I can tell you that. Let's get back into the baseball. We've got a little bit to go before we get that little bit further.
Has anyone seen Cambo?
Nah, he's gone.
I messaged him.
Yeah, absolutely gone.
Sleeping in the gutter.
Probably.
Absolutely. MLB on facts again are at it, not with this one, but for our next one. The Guardians DFA'd our friend Syndergaard here, 4.94 ERA and 5 starts for Cleveland. He's gone. So they DFA'd him, and MLB on facts have reported Wander Franco, Trevor Bauer, and Noah Syndergaard to Yokohama. So that should be a good one.
Start
Have
up a
you
good
blokes
roster.
been catching up on it, MLB on facts, or what? They've got some funnies. But
Yeah.
there we
It's
go.
good if you don't take it. Well, I know we don't take it seriously, but it is good to see. And half the time you got to do a double take. It's like, hang on, did I read that right? So
Yeah. I sent something off the other day to, I think it was Van Dyke. I was like, oh, can't be serious. And then I read MLB facts. You idiot. Power rankings, Randall. You did mention it before, mate. The Yankees are out of it. Atlanta on top and well worthy. What about the rest of the chart, fellas?
Oh, well worthy number 2. Oh, hey, second best record in baseball. What you can't argue, can you?
No, you can't.
it's a pretty fair top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just can't
Yeah.
see it all anymore. But anyway, there we
Brewers,
go.
they're on a what, an 8 or 10 game win streak, so they're winning at
Yeah.
the right time.
They're on a big
Tampa.
tear.
Yeah, Texas are on the slide. They've dropped back down 5 places, so that's probably fair.
Yep.
With their loss, but yeah, it's hard to argue.
Brewers are 5 games clear of the Cubs and Cincinnati, so that's a big one. Obviously, moving up 9-1 in their last 10. Now we talked about the Phillies the last few weeks.
Trey Turner's warming up, so it took him a while to get going. Harper's hitting bombs again. Schwarber hit or miss. So their rotation's doing the job for them.
They're 7-3 in their last 10 with I think like a 4 or 5 game winning streak. So yeah, this week's power rankings, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah,
can't really argue with that.
They're 12.5 games back, but look at who they're following. So it's pretty impressive. They've only just got to get into that wild card spot, and who knows what they can do.
How far back are they in the wild? Oh, no, they're 4.5 ahead. Okay, never mind.
So there's our power rankings. What about Shoei knocking some lights out at City Field?
Yeah.
Pretty cool to see. What do you think he's going to do money-wise? There's been a little bit more talk about that, and people saying he should just come back as a closer. He'd be a pretty handy closer, wouldn't he?
Well, I suppose if he's going to DH.
Yeah.
DH all game and then just come on and throw whenever at the back end of a game.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he's not having surgery yet and just going to keep hitting for the moment. So you don't know what's going on with him. And some are saying it was his call, and others are blaming the Angels. So it's a messy situation.
Is he chasing an MVP? Well, season over. Is he chasing an MVP? Is he chasing awards, or is he thinking maybe he won't come back as good?
Who knows?
Off the top of my head, does he want to try and get a triple crown, or is he trying to chase something like that?
I still don't think he's going to hit as well if he's done his UCL. Like, having that injury, you can't, you got limited range in different positions. So, that full extension is gone. So if he's swinging a bat and not getting full extension, it's going to make a big difference on how he swings. I know he's still crushing the ball and hitting bombs, but that's got to play into it too, I think. But yeah, obviously he feels all right about it, and so do the Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Are
probably
they-
happy
are
he's still playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're probably resigned to the fact they're not going to have him next year, and they'll just get out of him whatever they can.
Yeah. Maybe
Maybe,
they
you
put
know,
something
could
in
be wrong.
there. Maybe they've put something in their clause about him not, getting surgery until after the season's over when they know he's gone. So, like, I know they probably have to pay for it, but it's like a thing where they're getting the most out of him for the year. So,
But why push him? It's like if he was feeling arm fatigue, they're 10.5 games out of first or in the wild card. Trout's gone back on the DL. Why push him?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was his decision to pitch or the Angels, but sort of why go out there? Why not give it another week and just hit and see what comes of it?
yeah. I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe
Maybe
he
it
should have
was-
run a
maybe-
little bit
ma-
more of Randall's sun cream in there.
Should have. Spray on now too.
You
But no,
really-
maybe it is his decision. Maybe it was his decision to say, no, I want to go and throw or whatever. And they've gone, yeah, okay, if that's what you want, no worries.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We never do know.
Nah.
Yeah. Anyway, how about this one? Bloody awesome. Mets playoff odds 1.6. Yankees playoff odds 0.4. I'll just leave that there, Yankees fans. So are you on tonight? I don't think so because there's not 412 comments.
We haven't bagged out the Yankees enough yet.
Nah, not yet. I've seen this one. I think it was like a Melbourne baseball exchange group. How's this thing? This is from these were the 1996 Olympic team bats. So this one is going for 250 down there in Riddles Creek, Victoria. Do you remember seeing those, Davo?
Oh, the old reflex, yeah. The
Oh,
orange
handy
ones
black.
used to be good. The
Yeah.
orange,
Orange,
reflex and the Z cores.
Yeah.
Carbon core, Z core. Was it the red line?
There was red line, there was C core, but the Z core, the one that Kingman nearly killed the pitcher with. That's why the ABL went to wooden bats.
Yeah.
Mate,
You'd remember that, wouldn't you, Hudson?
Yes.
Back in the day when Newcastle moved from tin to wood in first grade, when Bopper, I think, almost killed Whitey, Corey White.
Yeah.
Comebacker, he was throwing comebacker, drilled him in the melon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, not good.
The ball flew off those bats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it did indeed.
I remember Toddy Nichols put me on, Baseball Park, put me on the road at centre left with the Z core. And then following game, he's bounced one just over the roof of the toilet block at Baseball Park. So Toddy Nick can hit a good ball anyway, but
he can swing. Yeah.
That bat helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember those days when sort of Hunter Eagles were playing and stuff like that, and we had a fair few of them swinging around in Tigerland as well. It was good fun swinging those. Story from Timmy Knight. I remember Gary White using that bat to put one in the pool behind Parramatta Stadium. In the days, we're talking about Para Stadium and all the different grounds that the old ABL used to play on not long ago. Old Auburn Orioles ground was always good. That was always good to watch and play.
I'd say Belmore Oval. Wave were only there for a couple of years, but I remember going down to a game at Belmore Oval watching the Sydney Wave.
Yep. They had one of the best jerseys, I reckon, back in the day.
They had a fair old sidearm slinger too, I think, didn't they?
He was over the top back then.
He was over
He was still over the top, you reckon, back then?
He was throwing pretty hard.
Oh.
Throwing pretty hard back then. I remember.
Say we used to Tad we hated facing Tad down at Cronulla. We wanted Dolly to come on. Dolly threw harder, but he threw over the top.
Yeah. Tad's doing some pretty cool things where he is with the Sandlot radio and different things. We might have to actually reach out to him and see if he wants to come on. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be really
very
cool.
cool.
Indeed. Seeing this one, thought this was pretty cool, pretty appropriate. They got the wild card. Let's go for the title. 100%. They've got it. They're swinging for the fence. That's for sure. Right, that rounds out our baseball. It's only been a little bit of time tonight, but got a couple of things. We'll go on and do NRL, NFL, and we'll get out of here. Before we go to NRL, just want to touch on this one. What's going on here, mate?
Is he going to he's come out and said he's not going to resign. I've got no reason to resign, even though the whole team have signed a letter saying we're not going to play for the country ever again until he's gone.
Yeah, he's got to go.
He just wanted to get in the showers at the end of the game.
He did, but he didn't end up there, I don't think, Randall.
No, he didn't, I think.
He's doing better than Franco. At least they're all over 18.
This is correct. Hey, let's talk about Franco. You sent through the thing about them bringing down all these banners and posters in Tropicana. Can't remember what podcast it was I was listening to, but yeah, all these banners are down and everything's down. He still has a locker in the clubhouse. They haven't taken that away from him. Have you blokes heard anything else other than that?
Nope, crickets.
Yeah. No. As I say, just that video I sent through where people went through, they're at Tropicana and went through the gift shop looking for something for Franco, like Franco's name on it. Didn't find anything. The beer coolers, the jerseys, the T-shirts, magnets, nothing. They found a picture of him on a half-page ad in one of the magazines. That was it.
Yeah,
the player that never existed.
Yeah,
pretty much. Pretty sure we've got a $200 bit of paper in the cupboard there, Randall, with his name on it. But anyway, we won't worry about that. Righto, let's go on to, I think I've got NRL next. Yes. NRL ski.
Oh, how good is that to look at? How good is it?
It's upside down.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, I think you're right, Hutto. It is upside down, mate.
Mighty Knights, 5th place. Yeah, baby.
Had another good win, mate.
Yeah, they did, mate. We had the bye, so I actually got to venture in to go and watch that game. I wasn't overly confident in that game. I thought it might have been a close game. I tell you what, the boys didn't disappoint. But another massive crowd in there, another like 30,000 odd people, and it was chockers. Like, people that we travel in with, we normally get there 2.5 hours early, watch reserve grade and all that sort of stuff. When I got in there, they were all standing in about row 3 or 4 back from where we normally stand. And I said, what's going on here? And they all said, oh, we got here and there's just people everywhere. It's packed.
Yep.
So the Knights, that's what happens, I suppose, when they're winning.
Winning streaks does that.
People flock there. When they're not winning, you still get your 20,000 people, but yeah, that extra 10,000 people makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
In the bar line when you just want to get a beer.
They get a home crowd semi.
They will get a home semi no matter what now. 1 game to go. Cronulla play Canberra. So either way, they will either be 5th or 6th. They're playing the Dragons this week. They need to beat the Dragons to finish 5th, which is what I'm hoping. If they beat the Dragons, they'll get a Saturday afternoon home semi. If they lose, it'll be a Sunday afternoon home semi. So that doesn't fit in well with baseball first and second grade finals, depending on what happens this weekend. But it is what it is.
And how big a loss will Luai be for Panthers?
Yeah, it's big, isn't it? They've got Jack Cogger there that can probably fill a gap, but he's not at the same caliber, I don't think, as Luai. Not that Luai's really been setting the world on fire either.
Because Because that was a turn up for the books last week, being flogged by Para.
Yeah.
That I think for me that was my one wrong for the weekend. That was Thursday night actually. Yeah, Para 32-18 over Panthers.
Changes who they play though in the semis, doesn't it?
It does, mate. Yeah, 1 week to go. It could really throw things out of whack for them.
Yeah.
You know, who would you rather play? You know, the Broncos, if they finish first, which, you know, looks like they could, they'll play Melbourne. But if, you know, who do you want to play in Melbourne or Warriors? To me, current form, you probably want to play Melbourne.
Yeah.
But do you want to play Melbourne?
That's it.
Step up. You know, they've been at the big games year in, year out. Warriors haven't been there for a little bit. So, you know, will the big occasion be too much for them? Who knows?
Time will tell.
Yeah, that's it. So, you know, it's going to be a big week, I think. We've got
especially for 8th spot. When you've got three teams there on 30.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And you've got I think when you look at it, you've got the Roosters play the Bunnies.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big defining factor. The Panthers play the Cowboys. So Cowboys are trying to push for that spot as well. Yeah, I think they're the only ones that can sort of make it. Para have the bye. So Para will pick up 2 points no matter what. So what can they move to? They can move to 30. So I think for and against will hurt them too much.
Yeah.
Done.
But you've got so you got Roosters versus Bunnies, and the Cowboys are taking on Penrith. And then obviously you've got Cronulla versus Canberra. So one of those teams will end up on 32. And then you've got one of the teams of either South or the Roosters finishing on 32. And possibly if the Cowboys can beat Penrith, they could finish on 32 points as well.
Yeah.
And it's all going to run into for and against.
Okay.
So you probably got three teams fighting it out for the bottom, probably the bottom two spots.
There we go.
Yeah, like Funky just said. Yep. So Para are done and dusted. They'll get their bye to get to 30, but yeah.
Another year without a title.
Yeah, with the Roosters playing the Bunnies, yeah, that pretty much sells them out. One of them will get to 32 points.
Yep. Check out Funky's hat on his profile picture here. That's sensational.
Yeah. He's got to sing the old song, mate, from 2001. It doesn't matter if you support Parramatta.
I'll sing it louder.
Nah, mate, 2001's all I got to worry about.
Well, Funky and Ando can sit together because Ando's a Para supporter as well. So.
Oh, jeez.
Putrid.
Yeah, can we have so many Para supporters on in 1 week?
Yeah, well, they can get on and reminisce.
We'll have to look back at who everybody picked at the start of the year, but I know I picked Parramatta to win the comp, so
Jesus,
I'm out the door. I don't think anybody picked the Broncos.
No, I didn't.
I remember someone backing the Angels. Didn't we have that? Someone was backing the Angels too.
Yeah, I had the Bunnies and the Angels. So
yeah,
you're
pretty sure my pants will be down.
Yes. So. No Latrell this week, I don't think.
No,
he's
Hargraves or Where Hargraves for the Roosters either.
Hargraves as well. Yeah, there's a few. There's a few missing this week for both those teams, so yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, indeed, mate. A couple of good games. Get out and have a beer and support your team, even if it is the West Tigers.
Who have they got this week, mate? Do you know?
I haven't even watched. I have not even looked who they got.
They got Manly.
They'll beat them.
They probably will, actually. Manly is sitting 12th. So what about you, Dave? What are you looking at? Titans in 13th.
Titans. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, mate, might be able to get ready for Mad Monday. Get a win before Mad Monday. That's all that matters.
Yes. Oh, well, footy will be done and dusted shortly, and we'll be moving on to other things like cricket and A-League and all the different sports. We've also had NFL up and running, and I believe that the pre-season's sort of done and dusted for the NFL. I'll just pull up that one now. You blokes catch any NFL this week?
Negative.
No.
Jesus. Come on.
What about season, mate?
What about next week though? When the real game starts?
Different story.
Different story. Yeah, good to hear. Right. Yeah, the Bills and the Jets finished on top of their conference. The Steelers went 3-0. The Jags went 3-0. Dave, your Washington Commanders, mate, 3-0. They went all right. Green Bay Packers and Lions on top of that one. Saints, Tampa Bay, the Cards and the Seahawks on top there. We move forward to regular season games, which is going to be on as of, I think, Friday, isn't it? The first game. So they have their Thursday night version there. Let me have a quick look. Here it is here. Righto, so week 1. Yeah, buddy. Go to those Kansas City Chiefs and the Lions. That's going to be a quality matchup there. First game, Thursday night. So we get that Friday morning, I believe. Is that correct? What hat do you got on there, Reynolds? The Baltimore Ravens. Who are they taking? I can't even see them on
the Texans, mate. That's one of mine.
There they are. I thought they might have been dropped to Bundesliga 2 or something.
Oh, come on, mate.
Might have been ousted. Any games there that stand out for you, blokes?
Maybe. Well, pre-season wise, Cardinals versus Commanders.
Yeah.
But even the Broncos had an all right pre-season. Raiders, I know. What's it? The Rams. Rams got flogged the other day. So who knows? Anyone's bet for first round. 49ers Steelers should be pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. San Francisco and the Steelers should be a good game, especially we talked about this guy last week, Trey Lance, and he's been sent off. We're talking about it, thinking, what are they going to do with him? You know, they'll probably get rid of him, and he's gone to the Cowboys. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. It's great for him. He may get a little bit more opportunity, I guess, than being the third string quarterback with San Francisco. So good luck to him. But we did speak about him last week, and as soon as we got off the show, someone sent me that. So, that's pretty cool. What about, speaking of NFL, this guy, Michael Jordan, 1 career touchdown. LeBron James, 0. We all know who the GOAT is, I guess.
And he's on the oxygen after his 1 touchdown.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. No, he was, under a little bit of stress there, mate.
They're not even at Mile High Stadium.
Straight on the Oxyviver. No, it'll be good to watch your NFL, and that's coming up and kicks off this week. For those that have hung around, thank you. We appreciate you hanging around. We're going to close out the first birthday right about now. Cambo has probably fallen over in the green room. He might have been poisoned by Randall's dirty waters. I'm not sure. But anyway, we'll get Cambo on again at some other stage. Fellas, it's been a blast. We talked some dribble. But I really enjoy it. Going forward, what can we expect from Sports Rewind podcast? Same dribble, different day, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say same shit, different day.
Yeah. So I appreciate it, fellas. It's been a blast. Thanks to all our guests that come on tonight. And we believe we've got a guest next week. speaking to an old baseballer, and we've also got someone that Funkie Phil introduced me to today, who's a coach with the Australian darts team. So that'll be an interesting one to chat to, and we hope to get him on soon. But fellas, it's been a blast. Thanks again. Peace out.
Thanks, guys. Happy birthday.
Start of the